Alrighty guys, I think that I have everything on. I'll go ahead and get started. Let's see if MJ wants to squad. I was streaming last night for the first time and had a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, War Robot servers were down, so I couldn't stream as much as I wanted. Let's see if he wants to run, and go ahead and get started. Boost up some basic boosters. I've never spent money on boosters ever. Just saved them up over 6 years. Cool. So we're running some domination today. Trying to get the Icarus task done for, I think it's 40 kills with Icarus robots, so hopefully we can complete that during our run today. I think I might be at like 6 or 10 kills or something like that. Pretty sure that Gorilla Face Killer guy is pretty good. Surprised that Typhoon didn't hit me with this ability. Cool. So that Typhoon did pretty decent damage while I had my ability up. Not a good matchup. Oh, you got Feral Fart over here. It's a long time War Robots player. Always have to reload when it's least convenient. Thanks for the help, MJ. I think those are like Punishers. Don't usually see Punishers in Champion League. There's nothing wrong with them. They do 125,000 damage per clip when they're maxed out, but just usually don't see them too often. See if we can help defend our side beacon over here. Ooh. So I think that I have the better matchup here. Also, because it's 2-on-1. Flame tier will always kill EMG tier. unless at 500-meter range. Just bypasses the shield and does damage way more quickly. After the atomizer, when they got nerfed, it seemed to hit harder than the nucleonic Corker. I'm not sure why. It might be just because the atomizer was like weaker to begin with, in my opinion. But yeah, the atomizers now are extremely weak. The only formidable setup is really 4 on a Leech or Typhoon. Just because 4 of any weapon really does just a lot of damage. See if we can grab this side beacon here. I think it's like B. Yeah. Wow, getting suppressed all day today. So now at the 6-minute mark, I'm going to drop Fenrir and keep pushing center. A lot of people drop their Titans at the 6-minute mark. It's just not as much fun if you ask me. Or if you're a lower level player and you want to get into higher leagues, just try and keep your Titan alive as long as possible and you'll get there pretty easily. I think that's like an Ares there or something like that. Yep, Ares. This EX guy. Just try and melt him down here. Well, he had probably I think Nebula drone. Heals him up like 58%, something like that. Ridiculous. Looks like he got stuck there. So the Gorilla Face guy is in a pretty good spot right now. Try and give him a little bit of help here. Look to your right, bro. He's just ignoring him. Combat awareness is a very big thing. Knowing where to look and when to look and all that sort of stuff. Get off of him. And always like reload your weapons when in between encounters. I see so many people start an encounter and their weapons are completely emptied. It's just really hard to kill somebody if your weapon's not reloaded. You should finish him off. You're doing pretty good right now. Not really too worried about this match at the moment. Hawks are still very viable in my opinion. They're very good robots. Especially against Titans. Probably need the lock-on skill to run on the Haiichi. The 3-second lock-on time's brutal. this game. Got a bit of healing. Solid round. Good game, guys. Just run this set all the way through. That's how I usually run it when boosting and all that sort of stuff. Just boost for a 30-minute set and run as many games in that time as possible. The boosters used to be like 2-hour boosters when they first came out, and that was nice because you had 2 hours to run games. But it was also like a waste if you weren't on for the whole 2 hours, then you wasted some of your booster. And they also used to give out the boosters like all the time. Literally all the time they'd give them out, so they're a lot harder to come by nowadays. I think I still have some of the 2-hour boosters stacked up there. I need my ability to recharge. Luckily, his teammate's right next to him. He wanted to get out of there pretty bad. Alright, Amuro. Let's come at you then. When somebody targets me, I typically, I'll mech them. Oh man, can't even like hold one beacon right now. Let's see if we can grab these and then go over to B and A. The beachside beacon's extremely important on this map. Most players focus on C, the one that I was just at. But I think that A and B is really important, because if you hold this corridor here, you can pretty much go across the whole map. Like that guy dropped his Titan at 7.5 minute mark. It's like, what's the point of playing, dude? You're literally trying to kill all the regular robots right now. I can drop my Titan too, it's just not fun. Stay alive for 8 minutes in a Titan. I think that you should be able to drop your Titan after, like, either if it's a full squad at any point, or if it's just solo games or duo games, you should only be able to drop it like at least 4 or 5 minutes in. Because regular robots just can't really stand up to Titans. My tier's maxed and this guy's shredding it, so it's just like, makes me have to drop my Titan, and the whole thing's not as much fun. I just don't want to drop my Titan yet. Drop this guy. So now he's probably gonna charge in. Oh, no. I'm just gonna have to chill there. heals. So this guy, I have to be careful if he pops up. Try to shield my teammate a little bit here. Cool. I don't even think that my overdrives were active. My overdrives are max, so I do have 50% more damage when it falls below the, I think 60% threshold for 2. I try to level up my modules before I level up anything else in the game, just because modules you can change between your robots and all that, whereas you level up a robot and then it gets nerfed and there's just not much that you can do with it. You have to deal with the nerf, or yeah, whatever the nerf was. And some of the nerfs are a bit excessive in my opinion. But that's the nature of the game. Alright, so we're in a pretty good spot. With 3 beacons. I might have to ditch this robot soon. See, like, how did his purple shield trigger that quickly? I don't understand that. Alright. See if we can't grab B. I think that there's at least... Oh, there's 2 behemoths over there. It's interesting. Scorpion's probably gonna pop up behind me. Those guys must have bought the new behemoth pilot or something. So, like, I don't know why that guy's teammate isn't helping him. Could have at least had a little chance of doing some damage to Nodens, but it's just hiding instead. Those guys are not helping their team. Alright, looks like he's got that guy. Holy cow. They just did quite a bit of damage to me. Alright, let's see. Wow, everybody's starting to mech. We should be in good shape for this game. It's just roasting that behemoth over there. Go ahead, capture the beacon. It'll allow us to mech them. Meching doesn't happen as often anymore in War Robots. Matches are just too short usually. At least in High Champion League. Solid. quite a bit of damage there. I always like to look at my honor points. It just allows me to understand how I actually did in the game. I also like to look at the booster timers, just so that I'm aware of how much time remains on them. It just allows me to know if I should toy with the enemy team and sort of try and finish the round quicker, whatever the case is. So this looks like it's a full hood squad. I don't know, they're iOS, so they're alright. I'm on Android. So there's just not much that I can do. There's too many shells. Wow, thanks, bro. Huh. I wonder if that's because he's on their team, he tried to push me off. I don't like that sort of stuff. It's like they time drop on purpose. So what are the odds of a hood player dropping at the same time as a whole hood squad? It's not very high. I don't understand the time dropping draw. Like, it's just cheating with comms. Usually what the team will do, the enemy team, once they mech everybody else, they'll leave their guy alive and let him farm as much damage from them as he wants, like until the time runs out. I don't agree with that. Just pad stats and like nothing's even real at that point. It doesn't seem like that's happening right now, but I'm just talking about what a lot of the clans do when they time drop like that. They either have their player purposely tank so that their team will win. A whole bunch of different reasons. So the Hellburner, after they buffed it again so that it doesn't take any damage, is actually a pretty decent robot, as you can see. It took quite a while for me to kill, or for my team to kill. So we can go up here. Roast the shells a little bit. The best way to counter shells is literally just to use flame or rocket weapons. It seems to do quite a bit of damage to them. Bypasses all their shields. I couldn't get close enough to him. See, I don't know how his shield pops twice. Is one of the drones, like, do they have 2 of those shield chip slots? Is that what it is? Like Nebula or something? I don't have one, so I don't really know. But it seems a bit excessive when... What's going on? Fender, I forgot how to walk for a second. Seems excessive to have 2 of the shield chips, like, on a drone. Like, you have one that triggers probably at like 150k damage, and then another one that triggers at 75k damage or something like that. It just seems like a lot for any robot to have that much invulnerability. It takes a lot of skill out of the game. Well, yeah. Allows players to just run and be super duper reckless. I would probably run one if I had them though, so I'm just hating. overpowered though to have one of those. I think it's overpowered as it is with the glider drone, but I guess a lot of the people really rely on drones. So now I'm gonna want to retreat. Looked like my flames did like no damage to him. That's weird. Maybe I didn't hit him or it's lagging or something like that. I don't know. Typically my flames roast Arthurs. Got it while it's suppressed. That's funny. So hopefully wear this guy down a little bit. Flames are like doing no damage to him for some reason. I guess he must be maxed and then the noodles is healing him too. Yeah, retreat, MJ. I just need you to stay alive. Hold these guys back for a little bit. So like, is that three Nodens and an Arthur are advancing? It's like extremely overpowered. They're for sure on comms because they're all advancing at the exact same time. This is like when I need my Hawk. At least be able to get these guys out a little bit. So I'm really happy with MJ right now. He's trying to push forward against all those robots. We're probably gonna lose this, unfortunately. I mean, they're full squad. So I'd hope that they'd win, but we did alright. Held them off for like 7 minutes. Yep. Solid match. Interesting. Hopefully we don't get them again. I'm just glad that the servers are working today. Usually if you try and type in chat, for some reason it'll trigger to start the match. I don't really understand the logic with that, but just something that I found over the years. Wow. It's like, why are you showing the way, bro? IW. what's going on right now. My controls were not registered. Literally was trying to activate my Phantom's ability and did absolutely nothing. I'm not sure if there's like a hotkey to make the keys disappear or something, but probably pressed it. And there's a bulwark. Not too often that we see bulwark nowadays. I actually really like the robot. I used to run a Dragoon bulwark probably a year or two ago, and they're still really viable. That guy's pretty good. Admiral Toba. He's an old player. When I say old player, I don't mean like their age, I mean like just a long time in the game. No. I got yeeted off. That usually never happens. I don't know, man. Nice picks. It's really aggravating when you have some robots walking down a ramp, like they just can't get their footing. It makes no sense because they used to be able to do it. It's like a newer development that certain robots just can't get down a ramp at any sort of speed. So it looks like there's a scorpion behind them. But I don't know. Why can't I walk right now? I'll have to check that out later. Maybe there's just like a hotkey, or if you hold the button down for too long, you just stop walking or something. I don't really understand it. Seems like there's a lot of ravens around nowadays. Just knocked MJ off the map. So like in this situation, it's definitely best to like retreat, but we kind of have to hold the beacon at this point in the game. We want to have a chance at winning. So I'll gladly sacrifice my robot for that. It's really easy to sacrifice your robot when you get stuck. I wish that they'd make a button so that you could... Oh, that guy's using a rhino. How weird. I used to use a rhino like 4 or 5 years ago when I was first playing it, when it first came out. But it's not as viable anymore, unfortunately. See how Captain Kirk does at the end of this battle. Seems like his shield holds up pretty well. He's just... Seems like he doesn't know his range very well. He's standing at 350 meters shooting at a bulwark with magnums and Orkin. Just my Titan just stopped again. I wish that they'd add a targeting for the healing for Nodens. It's super hard to choose who you want to heal if somebody else is between you and your target. Heal me, bro. My Titan is far from maxed, so I have to be a little bit more careful with it. So this is a pretty good spot to be in right here. If I can get another heal in here, I'll be set. I enjoy the Haichi's ability to dash. It's a lot of fun. So this guy is in a shell. Or no, a Hellburner. Just stand on this beacon, that way there's no way that we can lose it while I'm not paying attention to the rest of the map. So hopefully we can distract this guy a bit. Give MJ a chance. Nice game. That was a lot of fun. Wow. Alright. Got some rewards to collect. You'd think that for the birthday event, 7th birthday, for robots, they'd have better operation stuff. But yeah, I was gonna try and open a chest online. Really want a speed module. Well, I'll probably get the Sheller Devastator. Orochi would be cool. probably try and run a couple solo games. So I didn't get very many kills at all with Icarus robots, unfortunately. Sometimes all that sort of stuff works out pretty well. Not today. Probably have to try using more of the Icarus robots earlier on in battle. Nice, full clan. I don't really understand the whole full clan. Must be fun to pay $5 grand and then just roll it over everybody. Like they're literally all in center already with their Demeter and all that. They're shield cycling. What losers. Take 0 skill to shield cycle. You just count. It's literally what it is. Games like this aren't fun for me. If I wasn't live streaming, I would have left the match. Like at the start of it, so they could have just had a new player replace me. It's super annoying. It's almost like a waste of time. It's definitely a waste of power cells. Typically in full squad games, you have to use power cells in order to stay alive. So much purple shields. So we'll just stay back and pick the people off that are trying to do something other than cycle shields. So it's like the whole team is ignoring our side beacon. So I guess I'll... Nice. Good play with your Scorpion, bro. If I had any other robot with any other weapons, you would have been toast. I don't understand these guys. I think SOW's like an Android clan or something. They might even be S rank, but seem to be struggling to beat these guys. Yeah, it's like Simpack of War or something like that. That's what their name stands for. Nice. Nice. 0 freaking skill. If I caught any of these guys on their own, they'd be toast. they need their whole clan in order to like pull off anything decent. Just keep popping your purple shield, dude. That's how much that this like annoys me. Just keep. It's really aggravating. There's his teammate. Who would have guessed? Demeter's like the most overpowered robot in the whole game. Like, hands down. Alright. I'm not gonna place very high in this game, I don't think. See if I can heal the Sharinga if his teammate will get out of the way. I was gonna try and capture that beacon, but that's what I think about that. Well, this is what top level gameplay looks like. So like as long as you stay away from Squalls and Grom at like really close range, they're not nearly as bad. Come on, target the Nodens. The targeting in this game is increasingly disappointing. It used to work perfectly fine. Like the old war robots ran absolutely amazing. Like you literally could target exactly who you wanted to target and everything of the sort, but for some reason Pixonic just like they completely changed it when the pilot skills came out. So like worked perfectly fine before the pilot skills. I think it's literally just a draw to make you want to use their pilot skills, like to get that gold pilot skill of like 65% faster lock on or whatever. I'm not really sure. Just seems like a poor business strategy. Frustrate your player base, that'll make them want to spend more money. So I guess we're gonna mech them, which is funny. That's what happens when they get cocky. And we still have our Fenrir, so we can definitely still defend. My controls literally stopped connecting, and I don't understand why. Yeah, cool. one kill. I'm not gonna do that again, by the way. I'll leave 100 games in a row if I have to. Kind of just shows you how the game's like dwindling player base wise. Yeah, I am Speed Alex, yeah. What's up, Serious Gamer? Yeah, I reply when I'm not in a match, for sure. I'll have to tweak my audio settings after the stream. I literally just set up my page, I think last night, so we'll get it all squared away for me. Yeah, Speed, wow. What is that? He literally had a purple shield for like 5 seconds. How? This dude's about to jump behind me. Scorpion's best advantage is for you to not know that they're there. Like, I guess that guy. Hi, Justice. Nice BR account, bro. This might mess up your video a little bit. I like how the jump carried over. Yeah. It's funny to watch a lot of the streamers when they're running. I always wonder if they're recording or not. I guess it just depends on how well they do that round. I've never been a fan of the like record 10 rounds and post one. It's not a true showcase of how things go. Like, I'll post all my footage. You learn from mistakes. And I don't think it's fair to viewers to, and I'm not saying Justice does this, but it's just not fair to viewers to record 10 games and post one of them. But one game that you actually did well with your new setup that you're trying to promote, it's just like, it's not realistic. And people think that they did it like first take or whatever, and it's like, no. They spent an hour trying to get that footage. And again, no hating on Justice, just a lot of the streamers in general. Be like, best setup in the game, period. But then, because they have to take 10 takes for it, I don't know how that's the best setup. Like, he's trying to make a video, I'm guessing, with his behemoth here to showcase how good it is with the new pilot, probably. But Justice literally didn't drop back in after I killed him. That just honestly proves exactly what I was saying. Of course, he could have a disconnection issue, but like, come on, bro. Why are you leaving your team like that? That's not fair to them. You're using a Battle Rec account from War Robots, and you freaking bail out of your game just because I killed you. That's what gets under my skin. And yeah, Justice, now I'm calling you out, bro. Like, why are you leaving a match because I killed your one robot that you're trying to showcase? You killed me once, bro. Good job. Cool. That's not fair to your team, dude. You don't care because you're trying to make money off your Battle Rec account. I can tell you guys, I would always show my games. I'll never record 10 games and post one. I don't care what I'm trying to showcase. If I can't do it consistently in my games, I'm not going to promote it. Like, ever. And I can sure as heck tell you that I won't leave my team. Not after the match has started and you've scored points within the first 45 seconds of the game. If you leave after that, you don't get replaced or anything. Your team's just stuck a man down like it is right now. And that's not even... Oh, there you go. Glad you came back. It's interesting, he waited like a couple minutes to spawn back in. Why are you gonna leave your team like that? I think that guy's Arthur's maxed out. He's doing quite a bit of damage to it. See, like, that would be a cool thing to showcase. What you did with your Hawk. That's like real footage right there. Jeez. Kill stolen from me. What are you running? Not even on my platform. I'll report this guy though. I just don't understand the point of like leaving during a match. Like, if you didn't want to be in the game to start with, leave at the beginning of the match before it starts so that you can just be replaced. It's literally the easiest way to do it. Speedy Alex, are you on PC or are you on Android or iOS? You have to assign the you have to assign different keys to each of the weapons. Or I guess you could assign 2 keys to the same weapon, but if you want them to fire individually, you just have to assign each one a different key slot. It's the best way to do it. On mobile, it's actually like way easier because you just tap each one that you want. I'm probably gonna have to remove the Phantom. It's not doing nearly what I want it to do. Maybe make it like a Cryo Phantom or something. I don't know. I'm just not getting any kills with it, and that's the only reason why I even have it in. Woohoo. Woohoo. Let's go grab this beacon. I don't know why people generally focus on the other side of the map, on this map. This area is the best for cover in my opinion. It gives you so many options. You can even use the ships and all that sort of stuff. Try and get this Typhoon out of the way. Looks like he's running ions. I can appreciate ions and their potential. Unfortunately, they just don't seem to do that much unless you have like maxed out pilot skills and maxed out modules and like a really good drone with like maxed out drone chips. Then for sure ions are very viable. So like when I get death marked like that, I pretty much know that somebody's gonna pop up behind me. Like a scorpion. Well played. Rice Patty Daddy. That dude's pretty skilled. Wow. Just killed that hawk out of there. This guy's gonna hit me. Yep. There he is. It's funny how you know what players are gonna do before they do it. Just from playing for so long. It's like you can see the way that he's like looking, that you know that he's gonna come. His Ming must be maxed. Havoc's Ravana is still very good. See if we can support our team a little bit over here. So that guy's a Ming. No. So can't really get a good shot on this guy here, unfortunately. Empty my clip real fast. Wait for the next engagement. This guy might come out into C, and then oh no. Stay alive, Titans. Are you death marking me, dude? It's doing so much damage. That hurt a lot. None of my... Come on, Nodens, dude. Yeah, so we're not in a good spot right now. I don't even know what happened that round. A lot of times it feels like my team just like gives up for some reason, which I don't exactly understand, but we'll see. Low master, mid master. Yeah, I've played like 2 or 3 games after that duo set and still no more kills. Probably end up putting at least this guy will give me a chance to counter some of the Titans. Yeah, that should work. I'm not really squatting with anybody right now. What's up, Chronic? Yeah, you do have to use cover with your Sonic Phantom for sure, Beaker. What are you using, Speedy Alex? If you use blue stacks, you just like literally put 2 or 4 or however many weapon slots that you have, you just put that and map it. I'll probably end up doing that eventually, but for right now I was just trying to sort of set up the game and set it up for streaming purposes. So I'll probably end up mapping it more later on, and I can show you how I mapped it. I can definitely do that. I think BlueStacks 5, you have to have already mapped it on 4 first, and then just transfer your settings over. So like at this point in time, I'm looking over to our side beacon, hoping that they're able to fend them off. And I'm just staying here at center to avoid them from capturing it right away. I try and get one-on-one situations. Fare a little bit better against maxed out robots that way. Right now, probably Fenrir's the best choice. This Fago BR guy's pretty good. Give him some love taps. But yeah, a lot of the time in matches, you just have to kind of play defensively, especially if your team's like overextending. Like there's a guy out in their spawn right now. I don't know why, because we don't even have that side beacon over there. I don't know, that might work in low leagues, but in Champion League you can't typically do a 5 cap in domination unless you're in a full squad. So there's just no reason to go to their spawn, because you can't effectively do anything one person in a spawn. It's pretty cool how Demeters are able to get a little bit more air. It's almost like they ramp off of anything. Go help out Big Nose Bill over here. It's like 10 years later. Takes so long to walk. Oh, thanks, dude. Push me off the beacon while I'm locked down. That's a funny name. So right now I can't do too much. All I can do is really just try and deal damage over here, stay out of the Ming's range. Because the Ming's weapons just cut right through the Fenrir's resistance. Come on, dude, behind you. It's literally right here. Can't shoot him because he's invisible. A lot of times players just seem oblivious to Scorpions. So Scorpions are definitely still useful. Come on, hit this hawk. Yeah. Awesome. So a lot of times people are like, oh, well, if I don't run into their spawn or play aggressively, I don't get any damage or kills. But if you have one-on-one matchups, more often than not, you are able to do the damage and able to get those kills. Like, just by me staying back here, I killed 2 or 3 people that were advancing to the side beacon, allowing my team to try and manage over there. So everybody has a role in the game. You don't have to be a top damage dealer to be effective. Just play smart. And if your stuff isn't maxed out or high level, then hang back. Like, there's nothing wrong with hanging back and surviving. So like right now, I consider dropping into my Hawk, but I can't really get a good shot on any of the Mings. I'll try and sneak up into range for this guy, or the Arthur. You really just want to annoy him and make him think twice before charging your beacons. Like, I'll definitely hit this Ming when he pops up. So, like, this is really boring for me, in my opinion. Everybody's just playing really smart. The Mings on my side aren't playing as smart, so they're just dying. Bill's doing alright. Wow, those Orochis seem to have their abilities recharge extremely quickly. See, there's just like nothing going on this left side here. They're all just hanging out. Which is probably partly why their team's not doing as hot right now. We're up on beacons. Then as the timer goes down, like, people try for like a 5 cap in the first couple minutes of the game. And the game just doesn't, lag. The game just doesn't go, like, the beacon bar doesn't go down fast enough for it to make that effective. So in my opinion, it's only really worth it to push, like, later on in the game, because then that's when you actually do the damage. That was cool. Got his Hawk. Try and get this guy's Nodens. Some games you're just not meant to win. Oops. Wasn't trying to do that. It's on the side of the screen. It literally is a keyboard that says game controls. Yeah, like I said, I'd be leaving any further full games. I'm not doing that. And it works because I didn't grab that beacon or get hit. So my team still gets an extra player, and I don't have to deal with that nonsense. Can spam. These Wick guys are usually pretty good. I think that player was in like one of my last matches. It's nice to see more variety in the weapons and some of the Hussars and Marquise coming out. Those new incinerator weapons pack quite a punch. It's not under settings in the game. I'm on BlueStacks right now. That's how I map the keys. BlueStacks is an emulator. The way that I figure out how to map things when I want to learn how to do something new, I just Google it. There's like thousands of YouTube tutorials on how to do that sort of stuff. But I can show you in a couple minutes. I'm honestly probably not even going to be able to complete this event for the Icarus robots. Not the 40 kill one, but just like the whole event chain. I hadn't been playing that much this time around, so I might end up taking these Icarus robots out. It's pretty cool how far the Phantoms and all these other robots can jump. Like the Ravana with its, when you use its ability and then you hit jump, it launches off pretty far. One of the nice things about the Haiichi and its legendary pilot is that it adds 25 resistance points all the time. And 25 resistance points is actually quite a bit. Not against Tyrans though. Tyrans do a ton of damage. It's one of my favorite weapons. Even against like shells and stuff, like Tyrans, if you use like 4 on a leech or a typhoon or something, they do quite a bit of damage. Here's that Orochi again. It's a really long time to stay invisible for. Luckily, I'm sure it lacks some durability, so. It's a lot of abilities in a row, though. Alright, so my team's got that all covered, so I'm gonna go back to cover here. Sming's just like wailing on me. He knows my predicament. I'll see if I can go over to this B beacon over here on their side. Got caught. So this is an interesting predicament that most of the red team has lots of range to it. So we just have to close in. I find it nice to put a little bit of extra pressure on the Hawks. They think that just because they're flying and using their ability that nobody will shoot them. But if you do shoot them, take a bit of damage, but usually make them land and have to retreat a little bit. So I won't be able to hit him from there. So he froze that guy, so that'll allow my team to do a bit of damage to him. Really, it's just knowing the situation and what you're able to do or not able to do. It's really the biggest thing. Seems like that guy's a Muppet or something like that. Certainly acting like one, bro. Oh, that's a Scorpion. So you can sort of kind of bait people sometimes into coming forward more, just because they really want to kill you. And it works well if they're not really paying attention at all. So then they come into range of some of your allied titans or whatever, and then you're kind of in trouble. This guy, on the other hand, he can't do anything. I'm gonna pop up. Saved my ability for when I was able to use it most. And yeah, that's how you help your team. The Mings have to stay at a distance. They can't capture any beacons. I didn't even get any healing damage besides my tier that round. Oh, they're down a player. Yeah, not too bad. Really, the main thing that annoys me in this game is just people tanking, being inactive during combat, or quitting after like one or two, like after they die one or two times. Just, it ruins the game. Like, for a team to win 5 versus 6, like a true 5 versus 6 is impressive. It used to be a lot easier before drones and pilots and all that, but it feels nice when you're able to turn a game around like that, for sure. Alright, so like I'm not playing on Steam, Alex. I'm trying to move my OBS so that like trying to figure out how to do this Alright, so on BlueStacks, I don't know if you're able to do this with Steam or not. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Steam version of this game, but here on this game control, click that, and then it's on-screen controls, and then you open up the advanced game editor, and then you just sort of assign the keys wherever you want them. So like if I wanted to map a key for like the weapons that I was using, I'd do something like this. I'd assign it like that, and then for the key, I'd just assign like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that would allow me to cycle each of the buttons individually. So like you can save that, and then the best way to do this is just create a custom game so that you're playing by yourself, and then you can drop your keyboard back onto, or the key editor back onto the screen, and then so it wasn't quite where I thought it would be. So I can just move all these back. The R's for my noodles, the enters for when I'm in chat. But yeah, that's, and then literally save that. And then now when I press engage my weapons, I can fire them individually. Can do any number of things with them. So now both are firing. All of them are firing. That's just how you do it. I play on the PC right now on BlueStacks 4. I tried BlueStacks 5, but for some reason it just freezes. And War Robots doesn't work as well on it. It's still in beta. But yeah, it's literally... It's nice sometimes to be able to choose what your weapons, so that you could like... If you're like chilling over here, and you're trying to corner shoot like that. Or if you want a little bit of extra firepower, move over just a tad. You can fire both of your weapons at once. Yeah. That's my advice. If you're using BlueStacks, just go into custom battle, place the keys exactly where you need them, and you're good to go. I've never played War Robots on Steam. I play a lot of other games on Steam, so I'm not sure if there is mapping or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know if there's... I've never really seen the game played on Steam before, to be honest. But if you're able to map them, I definitely advise doing that. It's very handy to have keys mapped out. BlueStacks is probably one of the best emulators that I've played. I've tried Mimu before. So like I didn't grab that beacon, thankfully. So we're gonna go ahead and leave. Full EX squad. They're one of the top Android clans. Or were. I don't know how they are nowadays, but... you can leave a game without being penalized as long as it's in the first 45 seconds of the match and you don't do any damage, you don't capture any beacons, you don't do anything. As long as that's the case, then somebody will replace you as long as it's in the first 45 seconds of the game. After that, you won't be replaced and your team just suffers being a man down. Pro tip. And there's no point to even streaming those full squad games because you guys know what losses are like. You guys understand how hard it is to actually beat a full squad, especially if they're an S-rank clan that are pay to win. It becomes excessively difficult. Help out our teammate over here. So his abilities ended, so his resistance is down. So now we can jump to their backside. And I'll be aware that this leech is probably end up gonna come through. Still hasn't come through yet. It's a little bit surprising. I guess some people also don't really understand how this new map works yet, but the teleporters it's a pretty neat feature. Just allows for a lot more strategies and variations in gameplay. Watching Nightingales wait for their ability to recharge and then Nightingale is a really good robot before the nerf. Like, extremely good. Now though, I'm not as much of a fan. Just moves so much slower. And it flies too high so you can't even grab a beacon while you're in it. Like in your ability mode at least. What is going on right now? Alright. I think I may know what the issue was. Since it wasn't full screen, I might have been clicking to the right just off the screen. So maybe that made my mouse and keyboard disengage. I'm not really sure. So I'd hope that my team is able to recover at least one beacon. It's not the case yet. I'll go here and then I'll drop in on the back side of that to their side. Because everybody seems to be in a different location. He's preoccupied. And then this should be a free, easy beacon. I'm not really trying to make it that way, it's just how it is. So without the Ash Pilot, the Scorpions are actually fairly easy to kill, especially if you're predicting what they're going to do. Kind of ridiculously easy to kill. Dash pilot adds, I think, 44 or 5 seconds of invisibility. So sometimes it's just important to play defensively. I'm aware that that Hades probably won't last too long there. The Tyr's definitely preoccupied killing the Hades, so he won't even notice that. So my team's doing a really good job right now of sort of keeping their Mings out of the air. It seems like they have a lot of Mings, so it's really important to keep them from picking off our players, which is Ming's like strongest ability, is just being up high and killing off the people that are close to low health. So like, ignore the Gendarme guy, Plasma Ming a little bit. Focus on this guy. Oh, he's in a Sar Ming. So because there's so many Mings, I'm probably going to bring out my Hawk. It's probably like one of the best counters to Ming is the Hawk. So I don't really have to worry about range with this guy. Because of his weapons, he can only hit me with those cyclones or cataclysms or whatever they are. I think cyclones. So I'm out of his range, and he's dead. Really, just playing smart allows you to change the whole dynamic of the game. Instead of just being able to charge in or whatever, they have to play cautiously, they have to wait. Come on, dude. So I want to come over here and get this last Ming. Just so that my team doesn't have to worry about it anymore. So hopefully we can grab this beacon. Very nice. Try and help this guy stay alive a little bit. Solid game. So you can see that it did pretty decent, like, raw damage. Got the win, destroy enemy robots. Cool. I'm a little bit worried here because it seems like my keys. Oh. It's like the R and E are sitting right on top of each other, but then when I go to it, it seems like it's fine. I don't really like the notification things on the screen, so I usually try and get them off as quickly as possible. Yo, what's up, K-Fed? MJ? Yeah, whenever you get thrown it, oh, another full TM squad. It's like Pixonic doesn't learn. They just think that I want to play the like full squads all day. Prefer not to. Not unless I'm in the full squad. That just seems like a bug, Speedy Alex. I think that if you if you report that to Steam, they might be able to make changes. Or usually, if you talk to them, they're able to just tell you, you know, what it is that you're doing wrong, or refer you to like an article or something. I really like this new map a lot. I don't even think that I made that. Usually to capture the beacons initially, you have to have a faster robot. Z-Dogger, dude, man, it's a pretty good player. So like I've forced them to do one-on-one encounters instead of going up there to engage both this Falcon and that Mao Guang. Sort of make them come to me. Let's see. So luckily Hector back there is able to spawn in and capture that back beacon. All I have to do is stay out of this guy's range and I'm cool. I can't really fight him head on because he'd definitely kill me. The sonic weapons are probably maxed. Yeah. He's got Nebula Drone on his robot. Such a good drone. Jeez. All you can really do against trans is move an unpredictable pattern. That way, maybe all of them won't hit you at once. Should be able to get this kill here. So like, because of the amount of Titans that are out right now, just gotta, yep, alright. So he's just gonna shoot me. So, get that out of the way. Oh, it's an Espo duo. That makes more sense. Try and lock this guy down. Let my Minos teammate have a shot at him. Not sure if he thought that he was like capturing a beacon there or something. Oh, come on. So we're not doing too hot on beacons this game. Just a second too late there. Well, kind of have to do something soon. Unfortunately, doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. Did alright. Alrighty, I'm gonna... Hi, Derek. Yeah, I do have a clan. Stone Assassins. I'm the leader of it. Been in the clan for 6 years. Gonna play 1 or 2 more rounds and then let my dogs out. Yeah, MJ. Tier is a lot of fun. I used to run 3 of them, but change them out for a little bit more variation in gameplay. But yeah, they're extremely good. What rank are you, Derek's GG? It's really important for clan play to have everybody close to the same level. That way you don't get overpowered, and like if you're in expert league or master league or something and get high champion matches, it's not really fun for anybody involved. So if you're in Champion League or even High Master, I'd definitely say apply to the clan. It's just weed. You type it in if you're on Android. That's the easiest way to find it. It's also pretty cool because we're one of the oldest active Android clans in the game. The clan tag's like 12401. It's only, I think, maybe 2,000 other clans were made before this one. But most of the ones nowadays have 200,000 clan ID and stuff like that. So just a fun fact. We have a lot of really experienced players in our clan. Most of the guys have been in the clan for years. Very low turnover rate. The only real reason for anybody ever leaving clan is just they get sick of the game. And, like, quit. They get tired of the nerfs and all that. Which is unfortunate. So I really enjoy the players that I've met through this game. A lot of really cool people that I like keep in touch with after the game and everything. So that guy did a pretty good job of keeping his shield until the last moment when he was able to deploy it. So when it NY Long is in Smiles. This guy's like a famous tanker. Like he has 2 or 3 different hangers that he uses, and like 70% of the time he's tanking. But glad to see him in Stu's clan. Iron Smiles is solid. They've been around for a very long time as well. He's a little bit salty. Alright, bro, you have my attention. So this guy is just gonna demolish me with his Ming. There's not too much that you can do about that. All I can do is kill him before he does any more damage. Bye-bye. Perfect. Alright. Drop our noodles, try and repair this other noodles. Looks like we got an Arthur over there. It's always nice to have an Arthur on your team because they usually push beacons. I got you, bro. Happy with that one. Fun round. Of course they're down a player. A lot more satisfying when at least it's like 5v5. Because honestly, if you're only getting 300 damage, 300k damage in a game, like, I can't view them. I wonder when they're gonna make it so that Android and iOS can like invite each other to their clans and everything. Bronze 2. Yeah, unfortunately, you probably wouldn't be able to join. But you can definitely join in the future as you level up. Joining at that low of a league, you'd end up having harder matches because you're in my clan's A rank. So because of that, you end up getting stuck with like just higher matchups with people from higher rank clans. So I definitely would recommend you join like a lower rank clan. Just I've heard that from quite a few people that joined when they were in like low master and stuff like that. They end up leaving because they say that it's like way too difficult. They just get harder matchups than they were getting before. So and I've definitely noticed that as well. Most of the people that I get in my games are from high level clans like A and S rank. So like hit this leech now that his resistance is gone, his ability. See, like I'm shooting the leech and then it automatically just switches to that Fenrir. So I get no kills out of it. It's annoying, Pixonic. The good thing is that there's a ton of clans in lower leagues. I guess that's where a majority of the players are. So it's definitely beneficial to join a clan around the same level as you. So you'll be able to squad with them as well as they can provide you like insight on what's going on in the lower leagues. The only time that I get any knowledge of that is when I'm playing like on my mini account sometimes. I think it's like silver 2 or something like that. So all we have to do right now is just contain them to this front part of the map. I understand why Pixonic put the limit on how much you can eject your bots and how you have to be in them for 2 minutes before you can eject. But it still gets annoying sometimes. It's like I'm not trying to tank, I'm just trying to switch robot. So it's like you almost let people kill you just so that you can switch robots. It also makes Beacon Rush a lot more difficult because you used to be able to just switch and like drop on a beacon if it was being captured, but now you can't do that if you've changed within 2 minutes. So it just changes the dynamic, and I don't agree with that. You're completely changing the game just because you're trying to deal with tankers. Gotta implement a different system or something if they're being that much of an issue. So when you're playing on Noodles, you kind of just want to have your head on a swivel, constantly looking around, seeing who wants to be healed, or who needs to be healed. See if I can suppress that. My goal is just to support him as much as possible. It's like drawing all the attention from most of their team right now. This Rubicon guy is should be pretty good. Have him maxed out. Maxed out Nodens, something like that. Pair the Sharinga. Sharinga is extremely strong, especially with those Groms on it. Pretty sure that they can kill my Noodles within like 3 or 4 hits. Nice. Damage beacons. Got decent damage. Repaired bit of Titan. Nice. I'm gonna take a break for a couple minutes, let my dogs out, and I'll be back for more games. I got a decent amount of gold today. I started my stream probably with like, I don't know, 50 gold or something like that. It's pretty cool. A lot of it was probably from different clan tasks. Still have that one to go. 15 million damage, right? 15 million damage from 400 meters or further. It's quite a bit of damage. Because if you have like a plasma Ming or something like that, you do pretty well. And if you guys want to join Discord, I'm still setting up the server, but if you join my Discord server, then we'll be able to talk more, and I can give you guys advice, or if you want to apply to the clan or whatever, you can talk to me that way. My Discord link is down in my Twitch bio. I'll post it on YouTube later. And I'll also turn up my mic audio if that's an issue. Naturally, I talk extremely low. So if you guys can't hear me, please just let me know. I'm still trying to figure out all the settings on OBS and for the stream and everything like that. It'll get better over time, I promise. And also, if there's any sort of setups that you guys want me to use, I can definitely try if I have the robots or weapons at any decent level. I'll definitely try out the setup or whatever you guys want to see. As for lower level gameplay, I can definitely try and connect my mini account. I don't have anything on it, like, at all. It's very, very basic. I've spent very little time on it because it just takes so long to grind in this game. I spend most of my time on my main account, like 99% of it. But I can definitely show you guys how like Punishers work really well in lower level leagues. I can definitely show you how I would play concerning like a Kid Titan and stuff like that. If Pixonic gives me a Battle Rec account, I can for sure show you guys a lot of different stuff. Really just, I don't spend very much money on this game, so it just takes me a long time to level or like make component wise to make a new robot or something. It just takes a little while, so if you let me know, I can tell you what I have to work with. I have a lot of the older level, or the older stuff like Haichis and Kumihos and Inquisitors, Spectre, stuff like that. I have a Falcon, Invader. Some of the newer stuff I don't have. So all I'm trying to do is just keep these guys away from the other beacons. That way I can try and capture this side beacon. And keep my team alive at the same time. This guy's forcing me to deal with him. These dead guys are pretty good. Like, Dead Elite CK is a really good clan. They have the basics down of, like, skills. Wow. That was painful. Squall Noodles is extremely good, as you guys just saw. Now get a little bit of payback. Luckily he had a good teammate. Shielded him perfectly. It's really nice when you find teammates like that. You guys will see me shaking my head a lot. And sometimes teammates are really frustrating. Wow. Dragoons are really good weapons. I'm definitely glad that I put them back in. This guy's name is really funny, Gas Station Sushi. It's just like something that you would never want to eat. It's a really funny name. When people have really funny names, I really get a kick out of it, because there's just so many names that you can choose from nowadays. So I would like to put a speed module on my Nodens, but I don't really want to sacrifice an extra damage slot for that, because I think that the damage is pretty useful. So I didn't realize that he was right there. There's Arthur. So I'm glad that I avoided that one. A lot of the times the Minos move so quickly that it's kind of hard to keep track of where they are. Man. So I don't even heal the wrong person. Come on, yeah. So like never get in the way of Nodens and whoever they're trying to heal. Because if you just happen to be standing between them, I mean, not only are you, it just screws everybody over to do that. So you really want to try, like I never knew it before I ran in Nodens, but it really matters if you're in the way. Because there's no auto targeting thing. Like it just targets whoever it wants. And it's like based on distance, so it'll always target whoever it is for, like whoever's closest. But so that's just something that I like to remind people of, is that it's not that you're intentionally doing it, it's just try and be aware of it. I'll show you guys my hanger after this match. Like the levels and all that sort of stuff. If you're curious. See, I do okay without premium or Operations pass and all that. Decent damage to an enemy. Dealt some damage to Titan. Repaired a little bit, not too much, so solid game. Yeah, so this is my hangar. You guys can check out the levels of the weapons and everything. Most of my modules are maxed out. Some of them aren't, but most of them are. I pretty much spend most of my silver on modules. It took me like 2 years to max them out. The special events help a lot when it's like 25% off. And definitely take, like, I try and do as many of those upgrades per event as possible, probably like 3 or 4. Save, I think, 50 million silver per one, like per whole module, so it's 10 million silver per level. And they've only been doing those 25% off events for maybe 6 months or a year now, but before that it was just full cost, so that's where a lot of my resources went. I have 5 hangars, but they're empty. I got 5 hangars when hangars were actually useful. Now pilots just cost so much to level up, and to have multiple modules per hangar, and then on top of that your Titan and weapons and then their modules and everything, it's just like, unless you're spending a bit of money, like buying operations passes, and I guess event coins and all that to get or what is it, the keys. Yeah, so you can still get all these modules and the key chests. So that's one of the best ways to advance. Opening these 2 chests aren't useful besides like this ability booster is useful. I mean, the boosters are all useful. That's really the only reason to open that chest. I don't even know what's in here. So I guess if you specifically want any of the like pilots in here or paint jobs, I guess you can also win. But typically the pilots in these chests aren't for like any meta. So if you're starting out and you don't already own them, I wouldn't necessarily build anything in here besides magnums. Magnums are 100% still useful in Champion League. But a lot of these other pilots, the Haiichi pilot's good, Shaw's good for the Pursuer. But I would definitely go with like the 1000 key chest. I was gonna call it a gold chest, but it's kind of red. Definitely go for this one. These new Titan weapons just came out. Can get these meta weapons. Balanced unit would be extremely cool to have. I don't have one yet. Ash is a really good pilot. Linda Kano is a really good pilot. I don't even... for Cerberus. 15% more damage, that's pretty useful. The EMG weapons, these charge weapons, Powerman weapons. Freeze weapons, Pulsar, some gold. Bernadette's probably one of the best pilots in the game. add 60% to your Fenrir's health. Like, very useful pilot. Kyle Rogers, I actually won one of him through this chest. Clive Vicious, extremely good for Blitz. Some Platinum, Thermo, 10 mil silver, Overdrive. Yeah, I mean, if I was just starting out, either save up and only open these chests, or buy some of their key deals, like 14k keys for like 40 bucks or something like that. I've never done that, but I see a lot of people winning really good prizes that way. So those are some of my tips to sort of getting ahead in the game. I'm in League 11 right now. I haven't played that much this month. Typically in League like 5, 4, or 6. I'm about to be in 10. I see now. Usually there's pretty good games on Fridays. A lot of people are off work or getting off work for the weekend. So there's usually a bigger player base. Also during the daytime, players seem to be a bit more active and there's more variety. Often late at night you only run into like high level players. Well, at least nighttime for me. I'm in like Eastern Standard Time in the US. So anything after like 11 p.m. is usually a pretty hard match. A lot of full squads at that time. Must be using like a lockdown chip or something like that. See, so like I don't agree with that weapon choice. He has Weber's and he just left it in the match. Nice. Like, come on, dude. He had Weber's and probably a Volt or something on there. And it's just like, for those to be effective, you'd have to be exposed for like a long period of time to get any damage with them. And you're better off just putting like cryos on your Nightingale. Because at least cryos are like a whole bunch of damage all at once. And then you can like get some damage in. That's just my opinion. Or like maybe flame weapons, although I'd say that you really just want to stick with weapons that regenerate like on their own instead of having to empty the clip, because sometimes you'll go up because you just need to escape battle or whatever in your Nightingale. So you use your ability, and if your clip isn't empty when you go up, then you land with like quarter empty clip or an empty clip or something when you get back. And that's just not very useful. Like one of the biggest things that I ever learned in this game is to empty the clip, like, hands down. But like right now my clips are full, so when I engage I can immediately start doing what I need to do. So I can assume that this Scorpion's gonna jump on me right about now. Maybe focus somebody else, I don't know. I thought for sure he'd jump on me. Or like even now, because when their ability is active, Scorpions have quite a bit of resistance. We have a 5 cap right now. It's because they're down a player. That's how much being down a player screws over your team. Get some points for dropping our Titan. Like, this game's already over. I'm just trying to get healing points right now. We might be alive for a little bit longer then. Let's see if we can go up on this hill and hit him at all. So I need to get out of range real quick. It's fun, but not very satisfying. Like, I know that they're down a player, so. I mean, I don't even blame him. I wouldn't even report him for that. He's like, he's an expert league. Although, 5k victories in MK2, he's deliberately tanked down. Come on, dude. Yeah. It's literally tanking. That makes sense. But that's funny. That shows you how Pixonic's catching that sort of stuff. So even though he tanked down to was it Expert 1? Even though he's an Expert 1, they still put him in Champion League games. Like, high champion games. So, I guess tanking down doesn't do as much as people think anymore. Lots of fast little robots in this game. Might have got that beacon. There's a France foursome. French foursome. Nope, don't do it, man. Don't do it. I'm not really sure what rank these guys are. I'm not sure if I've seen their clan tag. Usually European clans are on like the European server. And the Asian clans are on the Asian server and all that sort of stuff, so there's just some clans that I don't usually see too often unless I'm squatting with friends that are over there. So I feel like these guys could be lower ranked because they're struggling against a team of randoms. They're holding, look at that, 2,000. So with the Fenrir, this will pretty much be game over. We'll just walk into the center, or we could even walk to their side beacon and just stand there. looks like he's using Gusts. Gust you don't usually see anymore in Champion League. I used to love them. I have like 6 maxed out because they're so like they were so cheap. It was something like was it like 30 million silver, and you could get it to max out, or at least 12 levels or something for 30 million. It's a pretty good deal compared to 170 or 190 million nowadays for most things to max out. So he did a good job of going around and letting his weapons recharge for a little bit. I'm amazed that these guys are having so much trouble. I don't know if they're used to lower level play or something, but they're not doing that much as a team right now. I'm never like talking shit about people. I'm just letting you guys know what I think. If that's how they enjoy playing the game, then all the power to them. But it's not very good. So I'll get this guy. He'll pretty much be okay. I was gonna say he's gonna be out in the open and he won't have any cover, so it'll be a quick kill. Another freaking tanker, man. They're S-Clan. Guess they're S-Clan too. They're S-Clan. What is that? C rank. C rank. Huh. Pretty stacked sides. My mic's actually turned all the way up. I don't know if it could go up any higher than this. Probably have to get a real mic for that. And so there's Carson J. He's a leader of the HIHH clan, Heavy Metal Horde, or whatever they're called. Nice stealth, bro. You want to use your robot on me? Alright. That's so much stealth. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I'd love to see those guys setups to see how they get so much stealth if it's like literally like 3 stealth mods with all of his robot's abilities and all that. MB Hog's a really good player. He should have suppressed me. I don't know if he's saving it. That didn't really make sense. Got suppressed and then Sharinga used their ability on me. That's funny. It's even funnier because my Fenrir is only level 10. I can't imagine it maxed out. Well, I can. It'd just be extremely overpowered. Fenrir's unbelievably like good robot. Dragoons are so much fun. The Magnetars aren't even leveled up. Only like level 9, 10. That means with the max setup it would do very high damage. Good for him. I used to love the trebuchet weapons. I guess with the pilot skills and that ranged pilot and all that sort of stuff, it would be pretty good. Wrong person. Ah. Always pressing the wrong buttons. So when I see this, this shows me that the guy in first is probably using honor boosters. So I got first for those two. 108. Got some repairing in. I guess he got more kills. So that would have... Guess he's not using honor boosters. Pretty leveled up Titan. Some premium modules. Relatively meta. Hasn't played much if at all this month. probably need to take my Haiichi out and put my Typhoon back in. Oh, now I got those French guys. Hopefully we can turn it into a win this time for them. Oh, only one French guy. Roasting this deal guy a little bit. Seems like he really wants the Orochi kill. Some intense lag there. Wow. Kind of need a robot with resistance to deal with shells, at least when you're brawling them. So I think that when their robot's maxed out and you have like the extra damage pilot skill and right modules and all that, it does something like 60 or 70,000 per blast at least. And that's just a lot of damage to hit a regular robot with. Fenrir, it barely did much damage to me, but I never really like to switch modes with Fenrir unless I have a good chance of not getting shot. Just because it's so easy to drop a Fenrir's health when it's... I don't know why he's using Shield Breaker. It's so easy to drop a Fenrir's health when their ability's not active. It's one of the reasons why I like Typhoon so much, is that you're able to actually shoot. You're able to shoot the person before they're able to use their ability. So it's quite debilitating. Just hoping to get that kill in. One step closer to finishing this event task chain. Alright, so it would appear that it's important to take out this Tony guy. Tony Money guy. Seems like his Ming's maxed or close to it with how much damage he's doing. Hoping to stay alive long enough to at least land some shots in on this Tony guy. Gotta be careful. Oh. Just trying to heal that spider. So I can't do too much right there. I'd probably suicide trying to kill that one guy. So now that Arthur's there, I can sort of chance advancing like this. Because most likely that Noodles is going to end up shooting him over me. Oh, and always make sure that your Noodles, like, ability is done before you go and, like, try and retether the same person, because if it's not all the way finished, then, like, you don't retether them. It just expires. It's like a waste of a tether almost. Lockdown module is definitely beneficial for the Hawk. Or lockdown chip, sorry. So I thought that we were doing a little bit better than this. Looks like most of my team is... I don't even understand this. Yeah, I can hit this guy. He's gonna get me good. Yep. It's like a game of chicken. And that's why I like Hades. Used its ability to help break this guy's shield. Unfortunately, he knows quite a bit about how to use all of his shields, so I'll have to keep shooting him. I feel like that should have been my kill, but whatever. Very nice game. Very satisfying. some repairing damage. That guy tanked. But like, since he didn't register any keys because of that, he got like 0, like it didn't tank him down at all. So essentially he's just wasting everybody's time doing that. Alrighty guys, I'm probably gonna get off for a little bit, eat some food, and then I'll be back on tonight to stream.